Hello everybody and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am so excited to have you here with me today. If you are new here, then welcome, and if you are not new here, then welcome back. Today I'm answering one of accounting's big questions. It is a question that I had when I was studying, and it's a question that appears a lot in my DMs. I use my DMs to curate the content that I prepare for you, and so if you are not already following me on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube and LinkedIn, I would absolutely love to see you. Today we are talking about how you can decide between CIMA, ACA and ACCA. So a general overview of the qualifications: all three qualifications are chartered qualifications, which is why we're talking exclusively about these three today and not including qualifications like AAT, which if you do want to find more about, you can check out this video which explains exactly how to become an accountant through different entry routes. So between the three qualifications, ACA, ACCA and CIMA, the ACA and ACCA are very similar, both in terms of difficulty and in terms of content. However, if you ask an ACCA person, they'll tell you that ACCA is harder than ACA, and if you ask an ACA person, they'll tell you that ACA is harder than ACCA. The ACCA is generally considered more prestigious internationally, whilst ACA is more geared to a UK setting. CIMA, separately, is better suited to those pursuing a career in industry, with a greater focus on management accounting. Needless to say, the differences between these three qualifications does not stop there. So let's take a look at each of these qualifications, what they can offer you as a prospective student and a prospective accountant, and which one is best suited to you as an individual. Behind the acronym AVALANCHE I've just laid out for you, the other primary differences between these qualifications is the focus of the content actually covered whilst you're studying towards the qualification. So today I'm going to run you through each qualification and talk to you about the entry routes, your future plans, the course duration, the experience required, and the methods of study that are available to you. So let's kick things off and get into the entry routes. So first off, starting with ACCA, the ACCA offers three different entry points and exams depending on your existing level of education. First level is the Strategic Professional, which is ideal for degree holders from ACCA accredited universities. These provide a fast track for graduates in order to obtain their ACCA. Then we've got the Applied Knowledge entry route and Applied Skills entry point. This is perfect for those holding 3 GCSEs and 2 A-levels. They'll also need to complete the Strategic Professional exams. And then finally, we have the Foundations pathway. This is ideal for those without any of the qualifications I've listed above. It provides a really good introduction, and it paves the way for completing the other 2 sets of exams. Next up, the entry routes for ACA. So the ACA also acknowledges your past learning experiences like ACCA, from A-levels and GCSEs to degrees and other professional accounting qualifications, including AAT. You can put your skills to good use at different entry points, and their Route Finder tool, which I'll link in the description to this video, is a really helpful resource in making your decision. Finally, when we're talking about entry routes, we have got CIMA. And CIMA does actually not require its students to have a set level of qualifications if starting at the foundational certificate level. However, there is the option to bypass some exams and start with the professional qualifications. Again, their exemptions calculator is a fantastic place to start, and I'm going to pop the links in the description to this video, links to ACA, ACA and CIMA's exemption finder and route finders, so you can find the route that best suits you. So next up, I want to talk to you about your future goals, your future plans, where you think at this point, which might be a hard question, your career is going. It really does pay to think ahead when considering which accountancy qualification to pursue. Each of the qualifications prepares you for different career paths. And out of the 3 main qualifications, ACA is seen as the more technical financial accounting qualification, CIMA is more for management accountants, and ACCA is a fantastic hybrid of both. Industry versus practice is one of the biggest decisions you'll probably make as an accountant within your career, unless you decide to go into audit. Accounting practices offer professional services to both public and private sector companies. Services can include accounting, auditing, assurance, tax, consulting, advisory, actuarial, corporate finance, and legal services. Accountants in industry, however, go and work directly for a firm and manage their finances. Responsibilities for an industry accountant might include budgeting, cost control, accounting systems, and accountants in industry often form an important part of the senior management team within the companies they work for. So wherever your career takes you, the decision to work in practice or industry must be based on your preferences. Ask yourself a series of questions. So, is the importance of the work that you do more important than the salary? Is the variety, people contact, or your day-to-day work-life balance most important to you? You can always change your mind, and as the decision maker for recruitment in a scaling practice, we absolutely do not exclude people from industry, although it is a little easier to move from practice into industry rather than the other way around. If you want to try both, I would consider going into practice first and gaining some baseline experience there. So on course duration, the ACCA's course duration is 3 to 4 years on average. The ACA qualification takes 3 to 5 years to complete, studying part-time and around your work commitments. And on average, students complete the 12 professional qualification exams in 4 years with CIMA. Most students attempt 2 or 3 exams at each sitting, but they can be completed in 3 sittings. I would also like to note that the length in time it takes you will also depend on how many exemptions or qualifications you have prior to starting this qualification. Now coming on to the amount of experience required in order to qualify, I would like to note this is the amount of experience required to qualify, not start the qualification, but it's really important to have in your mind that you won't be able to pass as a full member without the following experience as an accountant. So for ACCA, we're looking at experience of 3 years. For ACA, we're looking at 450 days of work experience with an authorised employer. And with CIMA, the practical experience requirements are an essential part of the qualification, and they complement the exams and measure whether the students have gained enough experience of applying management accounting skills and techniques and are competent to become a CIMA member. You will need a minimum of 3 years relevant practical experience, some or all of which may have been gained before registering as an official student. Finally, let's talk about study methods. Study methods for lots of people can be a deal breaker in deciding which qualification to take. Understanding how that sits into your life outside of work will be really important. So for all 3 qualifications, you can study with a tuition provider on your own at home or using a combination of methods anywhere within the world. So wrapping up the information that we've spoken about today, as you can tell, the ACA, ACCA and CIMA are all high quality, prestigious chartered accounting qualifications, which can lead to great careers within the accounting and wider finance industries. Each of the qualifications is delivered by a different accountancy body, and whilst the ACA and ACCA are fairly similar in content, structure and difficulty, the CIMA qualification is markedly different with a greater focus on management accounting. This sort of content, just mapping out in very simple terms the similarities and the differences, is exactly what I was looking for when I was making these decisions, and so it is such a privilege to play a part in these decisions for you guys and be a part of your journey after that. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today. I would love to hear some feedback in the comments. Let me know where you're at in your journey and how this video has helped you. Again, please do pop me a message on Instagram if you would like to contribute to the content I create next. Again, it is just by me for you. Subscribing to my YouTube channel is a fantastic way to support me as a creator, and it really does let me know that you're there. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today, and I hope to see you again very soon.